Hello, Hotshot! Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about inventory. I'm going to show you some basic goal setting numbers, give you some time frames on estimated return on your investment, where to get the money to start, and I'm going to give you some solid advice on money. Guys, I am so excited about this video. I've been getting a lot of requests lately about team building, how to get more team members and how to work with them once you get them. The biggest question in most product-based direct sales business circles around inventory. So I'm going to try my best to cover a really big topic in a crazy small time frame. If you're selling a product, do you need inventory to be successful? Well, the lawyer in my mind says inventory is a personal decision and you need to weigh the pros and cons seriously before you make the decision. Blah, blah, blah. So there's my legal disclaimer. It's your choice. Do what you want. The advice in this video is based solely on my experience, and please keep in mind that your experience and your company can be really different. So you really need to think this through before you decide, but don't take forever either. You are really not in business until you decide on this very important topic. You guys know my position on debt. So if you're drowning in debt, then you need to fix that first. But if you're like most people with some bills, some savings, and a lot of heart, and the willingness to work hard to get to financial freedom, then I hope you really listen to what I have to say here. All product-based businesses can be boiled down to a really simple concept. You leverage buying something in bulk at a low price so you can turn around and resell it, right? At a higher price so you can keep the difference, and that's your profit. The cost of having inventory or not is not only about money. You need to factor in the cost of time and stress in your decision making. Let's answer the question of should you have inventory with another question. If you go into a retail space, do you see products to take home or do you see catalogs to order from? My husband and I have done a lot of remodeling over the years, and I'm going to guess that you've done the same too and may have experienced this. So have you ever gone into the store before to buy an item you need, and then you come to find out that that item, you can't have it. It's not available for you to take home right away. So now you've got to order it, and then you got to wait, and then you got to go back and pick it up. How you feeling about that? Well, guys, that's the same feeling your customer has. So hopefully that answers your question. Question number 1, should I have inventory to sell? My quick answer, yes. Question number 2, how much should I have? Well, that depends on your available working capital, your risk tolerance, and your break-even value. Working capital. If you don't have the money or the ability to get the money, then stop watching this video right now. If your credit is so bad that you can't get the money to get started, guys, you have other issues other than starting your business. So I strongly encourage you, go out there and sell something so you can build your inventory. Reinvest everything you make to build an inventory to last for a minimum of 6 months worth of work. I'll cover that in detail in just a little bit for everyone else. Now, if you do have the money and can get the money, then my advice is to get enough product for 6 months worth of selling. The next factor in deciding how much is your risk tolerance, right? How much do you value your time, and can you control your emotions? We live in a really neat time where opportunity abounds. Most direct sales companies today have some kind of buyback policy where you can have a certain time frame to return what you don't sell for a refund. I think this is awesome. So you should look into your company's policy on how long you have to do what and how much they will give you back. My company, for example, gives 12 months from the date you ordered to claim 90% buyback, less shipping, supplies, and unrecovered tax on those supplies. So if you're lucky enough to belong to a company like this, then your risk tolerance is not an issue as far as money is concerned because you have a huge safety net, right? But you should be mindful of other costs. Let's take time, for example. Time. How much is your time worth to you and your family? How long are you willing to work with no return on your money before you get discouraged? If you're making, say, for example, $15 an hour now at your job, and you sell an item for $50 and the profit on that item is $25, but you took time to sell the product, then order the product, then deliver the product, you probably cut your profit down to probably half at $12.50. So that's not good. It just costs you money to run your business. You were better off working for the $15 at your job. But if it only took you 1 hour to sell the $50 and your profit was $25, then now you are better off growing your business. If you can control your emotions of fear and doubt, then you can see that time is either used making money, losing money, or being used for enjoyment. Worst case scenario, what you are doing needs to have a break-even value. Here's a fun tip, guys. When I'm working, I always use that question to motivate me to work faster, work longer, or stop working altogether. If it's making me money, then I know I'm on the right track and I keep on doing what I'm doing. If I'm losing money, then I know I need to stop or work faster. If I'm getting enjoyment out of it, then I know I'm all right. It's all good. I'm already getting paid from an emotional standpoint. So I should be okay with not making any money at all at the current task. So you got to be clear. Is your direct sales company making you money, or are you just kind of really playing at it and you're having a hobby? So don't tell people and your friends and family that you're doing this business as a business when you're not making any money at it and you're really having a fun hobby that sometimes pays you, because it's not fair to your business or fair to your family for them to be expecting you to bring home money when what you're really doing is kind of spending your time and your money for the pure enjoyment of it. I hope that makes sense. So if you are in business, then you must know your value. How much you order is dependent on this. Don't make an emotional decision and order way too much because, well, you want to be a big wig and you have all this inventory just to stroke your ego. That's bad. Don't be a scaredy cat either and not order anything because you have no faith in your product or your abilities. If you decide to do something, then do it. If you mess up, then, well, you messed up. But don't go your whole life living and working at 60% capacity when you're capable of so much more. Just make a smart decision using all the facts you can gather. Here's a great place to start, guys. Go ask your recruiter what is your company's average sale per party or home show, and use those numbers to do some quick math and goal setting. If you're brave enough to go into direct sales, then you are above average. So surely you can dedicate yourself to average numbers, right? Let me give you some simple numbers based on what I have seen my people do on my team. Your numbers and profit level may be way different than mine, so please make sure to plug your numbers in if we are not the same. That would be really bad if you set your goals based on my numbers and they do not match your company. But I did want to give you an example so you can sit down and do some number crunching of your own. Okay, here are my examples. In my company, I've seen my team average around $300 in sales per appointment when we have around 6 people in attendance. Some appointments we sell way more, and some appointments we could possibly sell nothing. But an average of $300 is very reasonable. It takes us around 2 to 4 hours per appointment when we factor in driving time, which I think is pretty cool. And since I'm the boss, I'm going to add in driving time for my workload. With these simple numbers, we can very easily sketch out a simple game plan on what to order and how often we need to work to move our products. 1 appointment a week times $300 in sales is $300 a week. $300 a week times 4 weeks in a month is $1,200 a month. The cost of our product is half, so that would be $600 to order the product, and $600 is our profit minus any expenses like gas, credit card processing fees, and etc. $600 a month times 12 months in a year is $7,200 in product. You should move a year if you hold 1 appointment a week every week at 2 to 4 hours a week worth of work. That's not a shabby part-time job, guys, or an extra income source. It's pretty cool. Let's say sometimes you do and sometimes you don't hold an appointment every week. So let's divide that 7,200 by half. So that looks like 3,600 in product. Very, very doable, very, very reasonable. So now that you have a basic formula and some basic numbers, you can really do some great goal setting with this and manipulate some of the other factors like how much or how little you want to work and for how long. So for example, let's say you want to hold more appointments a week, right? So let's raise that to 3 appointments a week. 3 appointments a week times $300 in sales is $900 a week. $900 a week times 4 weeks in a month is $3,600 a month. Half of $3,600 is $18. So that is how much product you need a month. $1,800 times 12 months a year is $21,600 a year. Divide that in half, and you're looking at $10,800 you need in product. But the thing that I'm the most excited about, which I hope you're getting the drift here and you're getting excited, if you're needing $10,800 in product because you sold it, that also means in my situation, in my company situation, since we make half, that also means you're looking at a potential profit of $10,800 in the next 6 months if you are dedicated to holding 3 appointments a week every single week without fail. That's a 10-hour work week, guys. Hello. Most direct sales companies sell a product that's consumable. So I'm not even factoring in your reorder profit and what products you need to keep on hand for reorders. If you need help with answering the questions of where my customers are going to come from and what should I do to keep my business healthy, you can check out my video series on promotions here. The third big question on inventory is, where do I go to get the money to get started? Well, I love simple, right? We're going to keep this really simple. My answer to this question is based on my desire to help keep you safe from debt. So here are my suggestions in order of where you should start from my favorite to my least favorite. And remember, if you are in crazy debt, you should have stopped watching this video a long time ago and go out there and sell something. Whether it be something in your company's product line or stuff in your home that you don't use anymore. You will be amazed what you can sell on Craigslist and how far $10 will go to pay for a local flea market table. Most people have at least a few $100s in their home of stuff they can sell to raise money. I just love the fact that God made us awesome. When push comes to shove and you've got to feed your babies, you're going to figure it out, aren't you? So guys, I know you can figure this out. Don't let the devil bully you into staying in debt. He's just a big thug trying to keep that leash on your neck. Okay, with that said, here are my suggestions for people who are not in crazy debt. First suggestion would be savings. That's a simple one. Second, get investors through your friends and family and give them the same respect you would give a bank. Set up a monthly payback amount and interest that will bind you to committed to working so that you can pay back your friends. Third suggestion is bank loan. They will give you the best rates at credit unions and smaller banks. So start there first. And you don't necessarily have to belong to an organization to get into most credit unions nowadays. So you guys check that out. Fourth suggestion is credit cards. And it's my last resort, because many credit cards are just like the gateway to crazy debt problems. So if you have money issues, credit cards is not the best place to go. It's my least favorite, but it's available to you. So last resort, many credit cards will give you 0% for the first few months. So something you probably should consider checking out too is, I know your company could possibly give you a credit card. I know my company offers a 0% Visa for new business owners. So go check that out. The whole point of this video is to give you some basic skills to run some basic numbers so you can set yourself up for success. Point your detailed questions specific to your company to your recruiter or director, and trust that they have your best interest in mind, because the more successful you are, it's really simple. The more successful they are going to be. Your hard questions will make them stronger. It's a team effort, and I encourage you to work towards making your new business family strong and proud of what it is that you are doing. My overall advice is to order enough for 6 months worth of work and see where you go from there. As your business grows, you obviously will need to adjust your inventory accordingly to grow with it. But I want to be clear that if you want to work and you want to have a business, then open your doors of business with your eyes wide open and make a solid game plan for what you're going to do. Don't ever make foolish decisions. Guys, God gave us emotions so we can dream. And he gave us a brain so we can reason. Don't let the devil use your emotions against you and plant fear so big that it blinds your reasoning. Don't go into your business blind, fumble around in the dark, and waste your precious time. Instead, dream big. Then plan out how to make the dream a reality. I love direct sales because it has given me the ability to pretty much do whatever I want, whenever I want. And I love the fact that today I can hang out with big thinkers and brilliant people. Take an inventory of your life, pun intended. Do you have a systematic problem of starting things, not planning well, so you don't know what to do, and then you fail, and then you start the blaming game? Or do you succeed at almost everything you do because you do dream big and you plan ahead of time to win? Pray for faith. You can do it.